I've been watching a lot of Dishonored content lately, but mainly the videos where people far more skilled than me complete the main levels of the game in the most brutal, bloody, and satisfying ways possible. There's just something so mesmerizing about the dance of chaos these players manage to achieve. And by cosmic coincidence, someone just recently happened to make a blade and sorcery mods that adds a ton of weapons from Dishonored and Dishonored 2. Whether that's just luck or a sign that this mod developer's been stalking me, I don't know, and I don't care, because this mod is awesome. And seeing as how the upcoming Bioth update's gonna make all the mods go, I decided that what better time to make a video on it than now. What is this? It's just a gun? Hold up, we need to test this. Alright, stay very still. No matter what you do, it always comes back to guns in the medieval fighting game. Believe it or not, this actually isn't the first time a blade and sorcery mod made one of my childhood dreams come true. About 4 months ago, I found a mod that adds Lord of the Rings orcs into the game, and while that mod is super cool, it's not perfect. However, this Dishonored one is as close to perfect as a blade and sorcery mod can get, especially when it comes to the animations. Just watching the fold-up sword do its thing activates something deep in the smoothest and most ape-like part of my brain. I mean, at this point, this is essentially just like a fidget spinner. It's like watching those AI glass cutting videos, except it doesn't kill your brain cells with quite the same ruthless efficiency. It's over here. Oh, this is gonna be perfect. I can run on the rooftops like this. There we go, and then I can jump down on them. Hold up. Okay, I'm gonna slow down time this. I wanna make sure I don't miss. Still miss. Oh, that was awesome. Part of the reason I even started watching those videos I mentioned in the beginning is because I've been trying to get the Ghost of Dunwall achievement, which involves completing the entire game of Dishonored without ever being seen by a single enemy. So I figured, since I was making a video on Dishonored mod, it would be cool to complete an entire dungeon without being seen, which ended up being a can of worms I never should have opened, but I'll get into that later. The thing that I want to talk about now is that when I tried to load into the dungeon to do my ghost run, I found out that this mod not only adds Dishonored weapons, but it also adds Dishonored dungeons. And before you get too excited, no, it doesn't change the layout of the dungeons at all. It just makes the enemies in the dungeons wear Dishonored armor. Some people might see that as a disappointment, but I see it as an epic win. Is it like, it's like a real quick, swift, downward motion. Like that, alright. I think that's it. That's one of them. Now I just need to remember all the other takedowns in the game. Well, I need to think like Corvo. So instead of going like through there, I do all this parkour stuff. I've only tried to do a stealth dungeon a couple times before. Most of those attempts were from when I tried to beat the game with only daggers, which is also when I learned how buggy this game's stealth is. Sometimes you'll kill an isolated enemy without anyone else seeing or hearing you, and yet for some reason, all enemies within a 2-mile radius will be alerted. But for some reason, when I went into my first dungeon, I wasn't expecting it to be harder than regular old Dishonored. I was expecting there'd be a bit of jank, and that'd be it. Turns out, I'm a terrible judge of difficulty, because it ended up being in the ballpark of about 17,000 times more difficult. No, you! Did I just start glitching through the terrain? Nah, dude, I'm not doing that. Nope, I'm going up the rope. For you to fully understand why this ended up being so hard, you first need to understand the rules I set for myself. The first one being, of course, I couldn't get spotted. The way I decided whether I got spotted or not was if the enemy had enough time to do either the hand-raising animation or the weapon drawing animation. In my opinion, that's a pretty good way of calling it, considering Blade and Sorcery's jank. However, where the problem started was with the second rule, because I wanted to beat the entire dungeon without being seen, which means if I got spotted, I would have to restart, which led to me spending most of my time in the loading screen. I swear, the enemies in this game either have the hearing abilities of a dolphin, or they have something like dark vision from Dishonored. Wait, did this mod give the enemies superpowers? Hold up. What the? Where did you come from? No. Wait. Was he the guy that was here? Wait, do the enemies get blink, but I don't? But eventually, I was able to get past the first room, and after an hour and a half of hard work and dedication, I beat the dungeon by bending the rules until they were a shell of what they once were. Got him. Like I said, I think that counts, okay? That counts, because I got him before he was able to, like, do anything. Okay, again, the rules I stated before. He didn't have time to grab a sword, and therefore, I got it. Anyway, I know this video doesn't have much, you know, content in it, but starting next week I have a ton of cool video ideas that I'm excited to get working on, so you and I can both look forward to that. But until then, I sincerely hope that you have a great day, and I will see you next week. What happened? My sword's gone too.
I'm a horse.
I really need to fix
I'm
that.
a
I have
horse.
no clue what mod pack that is.
I'm a horse.
No, you're not.
I'm a
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?